The spring has sprung, the grass is riz, and it's time to put summer tyres on our staff Nissan LEAF. Hi everyone, it's Nikki Gordon-Bloomfield here from Transport Evolved. And it's now officially the first day of spring, which means that come April 1st, it's time to change your winter tyres for summer tyres if you live in the majority of the continental US. There are a few states where you probably want to keep your tyres on for winter just a little bit longer, but here in Oregon, winter is well and truly over, so it's time to exchange our winter tyres for our summer ones. So for those who don't know, we've been driving our Nissan LEAF for the past 2 winters on Nokian Hakkapeliitta R2 winter tyres for our Nissan LEAF. They are proper winter tyres. They're non-studded winter tyres, but they are, quite frankly, the best winter tyres that money can buy. We've had them on review now for 2 seasons. Wear is minimal, rolling resistance is excellent. There's not too much of an impact on electric vehicle range with those tyres on, but grip is immeasurably improved. Now, while I live in Portland, or actually on the west side of Portland, we don't get a whole lot of snow in the winter here in the metro area, but we do go up to Mount Hood regularly all through the winter. And this car has got me out of some pretty sticky situations with those Hakkapeliitta R2s fitted. Without them, we'd have had to have stopped and chained up multiple times. We would have suffered some really bad driving conditions, and we probably would have got stuck more times than I would care to admit. This past winter, we had some really incredible snowstorms in the Portland metro area. In fact, there was more than a foot of snow in some parts of the greater Portland area, which is unheard of in this region. I think we got 8 to 9 inches here in Hillsborough on the west side. And that, again, is unheard of. And most people don't know how to drive or handle that amount of snow. For the most part, this car was phenomenal with just the winter tyres. Obviously, if you live somewhere where you get a lot of snow, you're still going to want to get studded winter tyres, or you're going to want to get chains for your car as well and know how to use them. But we went up Mount Hood multiple times, you know, in sub-zero temperatures, at sub-zero centigrade, that's sub-zero Celsius, not sub-zero Fahrenheit, I should probably point out here. But the car has been really well behaved. It has done everything we've asked it to, and the Hakkapeliitta R2s have been fantastic. But the problem is, as soon as the temperature gets above kind of 50 degrees Fahrenheit, regularly gets above 50 degrees Fahrenheit, regularly gets above about 10 degrees Celsius, the tyres are not as good, they're not as grippy, they've got a soft compound, and they're designed to be used in really extreme cold weather. And you saw me outside without a coat on, so you kind of get the kind of temperatures it's been here lately. It's 10 degrees right now, 10 degrees Celsius. It's supposed to get up to a maximum of about 15 degrees today. We are expecting thunderstorms. I can see them off in the distance. And so today is the perfect day to switch those tyres over. So that's where I'm off to now. I'm off to the local tyre place. Hello Discount Tyre. They're gonna take the Hakkapeliittas off the rims, and they will swap them over with what's behind me, which are, again, Nokian tyres, Nokian e-NTYRE 2.0s. And note that the tyre is spelt T-Y-R-E because Nokian is a Finnish company and they know how to spell things properly. That's a joke, by the way, to all my American viewers. As the bard would say, the best laid plans of mice and men gang off the gley, which essentially means that I'm not able to get my tyres switched over right now because the tyre place can't fit me in. However, I have another appointment to run, and when I'm done with that, I am going to be able to come back and get my tyres swapped over. So watch this space. I will be back. So I made it back, ran my appointment, and I'm back at my local Discount Tyre. Now, I haven't actually shown you these tyres yet, so I thought it would be a good idea just to talk you through the e-NTYRE 2.0s before we get them put on the car. These have just had 1 season thus far, They're made of a really much harder tyre rubber compound than the Hakkapeliitta R2s. Yes, these are Nokians as well. Now, Nokian summer tyres are just generally less popular than the winter tyres. And that's not because Nokian makes bad summer tyres. It's just because Nokian is known around the world for its winter tyres. And the winter tyres are what Nokian does best. Now, the original version of this tyre, the e-NTYRE, the original e-NTYRE, had a fantastic, phenomenal rating as an all-round, all-season tyre. And I should point out here, this is technically an all-season tyre. You can put this on your car and live with it all year round, but the traction in winter, while it's good compared to some of its competitors, it's not as good as a dedicated winter tyre. So that's why we've got the Nokian Hakkapeliitta R2s on here, because they are better in the winter. Now, this tyre is much better in summer weather because it's a harder tyre compound. It will give me good rolling resistance, good stopping and performance handling in dry weather and wet weather. Obviously, it's got a good tread pattern here, so it can move a large amount of water away from the centre of the tyre. That improves your grip and your road holding in wet conditions. These have been kept in my garage for the last couple of months. They've been given the A-OK by the guys here at Discount Tyre, and we are just waiting to have them installed. So once these are installed, we'll have a look at the Hakkapeliitta R2s when they come off. The winter tyres will then be put into storage, and we'll be back to using these for another season. The other thing I should point out here is that these e-NTYRE 2.0s have had one season on them. The Hakkapeliitta R2s are coming off their second season. The tread depth on the Hakkapeliittas will therefore be less than the tread depth on the e-NTYRE 2.0. But the other thing I should note here is that your summer tyres or your all-season tyres will generally last longer than your winter tyres, because your winter tyres have a softer compound. They're made of a softer rubber compound, which means they will wear more as soon as the temperature starts to rise, which is why we're here today getting the tyres switched out. So let's wait for the guys to do their work and put the summer tyres back on the staff Nissan LEAF, and then we can have a look and see how the Hakkapeliitta R2s fared for the past season. We had one puncture throughout the season, and that was a nail. But other than that, they have been rock solid. Let's see if the tread is nice and evenly worn throughout, because that will help us determine if there's any issues with tracking, any camber issues, or anything else that we need to get sorted as well. So we finally got our tyres switched over. The Hakkapeliitta R2s came off and the e-NTYRE 2.0s went on. Turns out that there might be a tracking problem with the front right tyre on our Nissan LEAF, because the Hakkapeliitta R2 that lived on the front right tyre for the car is much more worn than the other tyres. So we're going to have to get the tracking and the alignment and everything checked out, which we'll do shortly. So there's another video there for you. In the meantime, I'm going to put these bad boys back in the garage for the winter, or rather for the summer. And we'll let you know how the e-NTYRE 2.0s are shaping up, looking forward into the future. I think it's going to be a great summer. Now, the other thing to note here is that we had a little trouble with the tyre sensors trying to get them switched over. For some reason, our Nissan LEAF wouldn't allow us to re-register the tyres. So what we did was use the Nissan LEAF Spy app to figure out which tyres the car thought were on which wheels, and then just manually rotate them the old-fashioned way by taking the tyres off and putting them in the right locations. Yes, it's a dirty hack, but it works for now, and we'll have a check of it in the future to see if there's a problem with the ODB. This car always feels a little bit different when you've taken the winter tyres off and put the summer tyres on. It's a little quieter, which is good, which is, you know, what to be expected, really. The summer tyres are a little bit quieter than the winter ones, so that's nice. We've got some quietness back. I just hope we don't have any snowfall or any horrible frosts. Not that we should, because, you know, it's nearly the end of March. But that's it for the staff car report for today. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you liked what you saw today and you want to support us further, do consider a Patreon donation by going to the link that's in the description below or at the end of this video. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. I'm Nikki Gordon Bloomfield. Enjoy the rest of your day and keep evolving.